are giants because it's a half-breed of sons of God. And this is a very common doctrine. This isn't some obscure thing. A lot of people in Christianity teach this. I'm talking about very major teachers within Christianity. That's not what it's talking about at all. It's talking about the sons of God are the chosen line from Adam all the way down to Jesus. That is the sons of God. The daughters of men are anybody that is a daughter not of that line. Okay? In other words, from Cain or any of these other non-chosen line. That's the daughters of men. Okay? Now, if their commentary is using that premise, then that's fine. If their commentary is using the premise that these people we're talking about now go all the way back to these people right here, then it's a bad commentary. Okay? I don't know. I'd have to read the whole thing. And they said after the flood, so it's very possible that they are using this. And this is correct. I'm sorry, this did not happen. The Bible is about the redemption of mankind. It's not about angels sleeping with men and all that crazy kind of stuff. But this is a very, very common teaching. So don't discount it. It's just that people haven't thought through. And you can go to, I don't have the Bible that, I didn't bring it today. Let's see here. It would have been in the Song of Moses. Probably Deuteronomy 33 or something, and he gives an account, and he says the nations were divided among the sons of Israel. Well, different Old Testament documents. You've got what's called the Samaritan Pentateuch, you've got the Samachus, you've got the Hebrew text, which is known as the Masoretic text, you've got the Dead Sea Scrolls, you've got all these different source documents for the Bible. And in that particular verse, it will say, in one, it'll say the sons of Israel. In another, it'll say the sons of God. In another one, it'll say the sons of men. That same verse is translated differently in these Old Testament documents. And that proves to me, when it says the sons of Israel, that it was the sons of God, or the angels of God, or whatever they say in these other translations, is simply referring to the line of Adam. But people, this is cooler. Do you know what I'm saying? This is neat. This is something I can write a book about and get people to read it and go, ooh, you know, aliens and all that kind of stuff. Right. And that's why it's so prevalent in here. It's like the book of Ezekiel. He has a vision at the beginning of the book of Ezekiel, and he sees whirring wheels and four faces pointing in all these different directions. And you watch like the History Channel, and people say, well, that's UFOs. That's a perfect description of a UFO. Now, I've seen this. I've seen people teach this as doctrine. These are UFOs. And the Ark of the Covenant, guess what that is? The Ark of the Covenant is a radio transmitter. I had one guy, I was watching this one guy say that it's designed, it's made of gold, and it is perfectly designed as a radio transmitter so you could speak to God through it, right? That's not it at all. This is a picture of heaven. It's explained in the New Testament. It's a picture of where Christ was laid in the tomb. All of these different things are explained in the New Testament, but people don't want to do that. They want to talk about the sensational. This being a radio transmitter of talking to God. Just like in the movie, what was it? Raiders of the Lost Ark. He said, you want to go speak to God? You know. Anyway, same thing, same idea. But people on the History Channel have actually said this because they don't think through the whole Bible. They just hear something and they think that's cool, and they write a book about it, and they sell 1 million books because people like to do that. And anyway, so enough of that for now. We can go back to all these names. But if they were equating the people that we're reading about now directly back to Genesis, then it's a bad analysis. If they're saying that these people came afterward, and it's the same concept, that here now you have Noah. I better clear this up. Just Noah has 3 sons, okay? One of them, Shem, you have Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Shem is actually the second, but Shem, Ham, and Japheth, J-A-P, Japheth is the oldest, okay? Anyway, this is now the sons of God. If they're saying that it's the same type of thing, that the daughters of men are marrying the sons of God, then that's fine. They're just making a parallel to that. But if they're saying that the people we're talking about actually go back and those are their, forefathers, then that's not a good commentary. Because everybody on the earth, according to the Bible, died in Genesis 7 and 8. Okay? Anyway, so I'd have to read the whole thing to think of it. But when you first said it, it didn't say after the flood. So I just want to make sure that people know what I believe, is that I believe everything on earth literally died the way the Bible says. I take it 100% literally. Okay, here we go. We're in what, 20?
Sure.
Okay. And
These are the sons of Seir, Korah, the inhabitants of the land, Lotan, Jobal, Gibeon, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishan. These are the chiefs of the Horites, the sons of Seir, in the land of Edom. The sons of Lotan were Hori and Herman. Heman. Timnah was Lotan's sister. These are Jobab's sons. Alvan, Manahath, Ebal, Shep, Chepo, and Onam. These are Zibeon's sons. Aya, and Anna. This was the Anna who found the hot springs in the wilderness down in Northport while he was pasturing the donkeys of his father Zibeon.
Now, once again, here's a really obscure verse that's in there, and why is that in there? You know, it's not mentioned again anywhere. It's not something that, let me see, 24, they gave me an A. It's just in there. It's this line, and you wonder, why they're giving all these genealogies, and then they said, this is the guy that found the water in the wilderness down by Zibeon. And you don't hear about him again anywhere in the Bible. Why is that in there? There is a reason why that's in there, and I've just never come to any conclusion as to why. But you see what I'm saying? It's just, why didn't he say way back up here at the guy Lotan? Why didn't he say, well, Lotan is the guy that made the red balloons fly on Saturday? They didn't say anything about him other than his name. But this guy, they say something. There is a reason. I just don't know what it is. And so I like verses like that because it gets me thinking about all the other things that I should be remembering instead of just getting through these genealogies and trying to survive through them. It helps you to think, well, why are these names in here? Go ahead.
And he found the hot springs in the wilderness while he was pasturing the donkeys of his father Zibeon. These are the children of Anah, Dishon and Oholibamah, daughter of Anah. These are Dishon's sons, Hemdan, Ishban, Ithron, and Sharon. These are Ezar's sons, Ishtan, Zaban, and Akan. These are Dishon's sons, Uz and Aram. These are the chiefs of the Horites. Chiefs Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anna.
Okay. Real quickly, I want to go on, and I don't want to make doctrine of this, okay? But he just gave the name of one of the sons, Uz, okay? And if you go to the book of Job, in Job 1:1, it says, there was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was blameless and upright, and one who feared God and shunned evil. Is it the case, this is only a question, it doesn't say this in the Bible, that this Uz that we just read about is the person that established a particular place in the land, named it after himself, which is very common. People would move to a place that was uninhabited and say, this is now the land of Uz. Is Job a son of Uz that we just read about? I don't know. He's not of the covenant people of Israel. He's out doing his own sacrifices, but he was blameless and upright in the sight of the Lord. Okay? Anyway, just so you know. Okay, go ahead.
These are the chiefs of the Horites. Chief Lotan, Shobio, Zibeon, Anna. His son Ezer and Dishan. These are the chiefs of the Horites, according to their divisions in the land of Seir. Rulers of Edom. These are the kings who ruled in the land of Edom before any king ruled over the Israelites. Bela, son of Beor, ruled in Edom. The name of his city was
Dinhaba.
When Bela died, Jobab, son of Zerah from Borzad, ruled in his place.
Actually, it's Bozrah, and I believe Bozrah means the sheepfolds. And you're going to see Bozrah mentioned in the book of Isaiah. Oh, wow, what a tremendous passage. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can find it. It'd be towards the end of towards the end of the book of Isaiah. Oh, here it is right here. Isaiah 63. Who is this who comes from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This one who is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Okay? I who speak in righteous, mighty to save. Why is your apparel red and your garments like one who treads in the winepress? I have trodden the winepress alone, and from the peoples no one was with me, for I have trodden them in my anger and trampled them in my fury. Their blood is sprinkled upon my garments, and I have stained all my robes. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed has come. So this is a picture of the Messiah at the end of the tribulation, because it speaks of the trampling of the grapes in the book of Revelation as well. This is why we can't be replacement theologians and say the church has replaced Israel, is because these passages point to something that is still future, and it is Israel that he's speaking about. The church is, do you believe in the rapture?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so then we're on the same page then. I want to make, yes.
May I ask you?
Oh, sure.
You were quoting from, is Isaiah, what was?
63, chapter 63. And the place that we just had named, Bozrah, that's why I say all of these names, it doesn't mean every one of them. In other words, it says this is the genealogy of Lotan. You have Hobab and Shobal, and one of these people is probably going to be mentioned again. But he's giving the whole family tree. Do you see that? Anyway, and I know it seems tedious, but this all serves a really good purpose. We're going to be done in 2 more minutes. But this is why, like the movie The Grapes of Wrath, that's where the term comes from. The Battle Hymn of the Republic, he who's trampled out the grapes, the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. All of these things go back in our history to the Bible. Now, of course, we dismiss all of that nowadays, but this nation was founded on these principles, and these people wrote on these things. Anyway, so that's speaking of Jesus coming and stomping the grapes. And it doesn't mean grapes literally, it means figuratively. He comes in and he goes, and it says his garments are splattered in blood from the people that he went and he killed in his own anger. Because why? They are going to come against Israel. That tells you right there that we are not replacement theologians. I don't know how they can come to the conclusions they do when it's so clear what God is doing in history. And when the church is out, eyes are going to again be on the nation of Israel, and it's all being set up right now. Boy, we could be gone. We could be gone before this class is over. I think that all the time. I'm driving down the road and I don't want to go somewhere. I think maybe the Lord's going to go. We're this close. I'm telling you. Oh, my hair's standing up. Okay, let's finish this chapter and we'll be done. Chapter 36. Go ahead.
When Bela died, Joab, son of Zerah, how'd you say that?
Bozrah.
Bozrah ruled in his place. When Joab died, Husham from the land of the Terminites, Terminites, ruled in his place. When Husham died, Hadad, son of Bedad, ruled in his place. He defeated Midian in the field of Moab. The name of the city was Abib. When Hadad died, Simeon from Masrekah ruled in his place. When Simeon died, Shaul from Rehoboth on the river ruled in his place. When Shaul died, Baal-Hanan, son of Achbor, ruled in his place. When Baal-Hanan, son of Achbor, died, Hadad ruled in his place. His city was Pau.
Pau, that's right.
Pau, and his wife's name was something. M-E-H.
Mehetabel.
Mehetabel, daughter of Matred, daughter of Mizah. These are the names of Esau's chiefs, according to their families and their localities, by their name. Chiefs: Timnah, Alvah, Japheth, Oholibamah, Ehah, Pinon, Kenaz, Timon, Mizdar, Magdiel, and Iram. These are Edom's chiefs. According to their settlements in the land they possessed, Esau was father of the Edomites.
So here we are. We're done. I know that was brutal. I don't like to skip anything, even if it's kind of brutal. But they're all in there for a reason. They all serve a purpose, and they're all telling us things about what God is doing in human history and why He is doing them. So let me put that down, and we'll say a prayer, and we finished a couple minutes early today.